Alright, so as the bard continues to play on, let's go ahead and speak with this Radiant Host soldier to take on the next level 85 main story quest entitled At World's End. So it's time for Pirates of the Caribbean! The Radiant Host soldier has a message for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Greetings, honored Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Thank you very much. Let's hear what it says. Brave Scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. How did he write it? I guess he had Varshan write it for him. Alas, matters here at Megaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Oh, thank you. Such are the words of Master Vitra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at Merid's Mahane. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems like an ideal venue. And to you, Rika Sasaki, there is someone we had hoped to introduce you to in particular. Oh. While I'm loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? A personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now? This must be very important. Why not? We'll save some food for you so take all the time you need. Alright. Thank you, friend. Whenever you're ready, please join me in the Aetheroid Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Oh, does this mean we finally get access? And still gotta get quite a bit of ways out to get to where we need to go, and it's not so easily accessed. So, off we go to the main Aetheroid area. Alright, rounding the corner. That was a blatantly obvious name. Meanwhile, sir. Access to the Aetheroid you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. But we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at the time of emergency. A risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to the Aetheroid before proceeding along the corridor. Why, thank you. We finally get to attune! It's been a long time coming, but we're finally getting to do it. All while we have a person in a 2021 Catching Tide chicken outfit to say hello to us. Yeah, we now have all the Aetheroids available, so we're going to the Radiant Host. Let's make our way there first. Hello there. Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the hall of the Radiant Hosts, from where our leadership oversees all of Razat Han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Lead on then. So let's open the doors. Hello there. How can we help you? Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to whoever this guy is. Shirabat.
Oh, so you're the famous Rika Sasaki, eh? I knew it the moment you stepped through the door. You look the look of one who's walked through hell.
Is it that obvious? Shirabot, please, you are speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and a savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? Clearly not.
What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough.
And so,
more formally then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a great pleasure to have you with us. O great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure.
Yeah, tell us all about yourself. What is this place and who are you? Yeah, who are you and what do you do exactly?
A fool with too many scars and knees that ache in the winter. The name's Shirabat and I attend to business here. As for what sort of business, how can I put it? Razat Han welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. And then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes?
Who we got?
We've got representatives from Doma,
including someone with an arm and a sling. But she can still bow to us. And then,
Uldar and Alamigo.
Nice to meet you too.
Limsalaminsa.
Hey there, big man. Yeah, you give me that salute.
Gridania.
Oh, you got your Twin Adder logo emblazoned across your chest, man.
And last but never let it be least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Razadhan and their respective homelands.
Nice to meet you too.
We use this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own accounts? Indulge us before you indulge yourself.
Alright then. So yeah, let's all sit down together and I'll give you full information on what's happened from 80 to 85. Well, thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the scars turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect.
Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavnir reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and Corvus.
Well, at least we know it's limited for now.
Alas, that is of little comfort.
Aye, all throughout Allied lands there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, if it's not just here, from what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Karl Zal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone, anywhere, overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. So what do?
That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think?
Well, we know what they're called around here.
Here in Razadhan, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies.
As fitting a name as any, to ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology.
Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities.
And have you done that? What's the Sultana up to? Or, each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies, and their spawn is when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible beasts are not easily found. Clearly.
Just so, and it is for that very reason we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength and help us to slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands.
Yeah, think we can do it? Even with everything that's going on?
Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect.
Alright, we'll do that. So we're all done here?
And with that, I do believe our friend has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're talking to all that fine cuisine, eh?
Alright. You now gained access to the role quest for Endwalker. A separate quests line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. To undertake these quests, speak with any of the delegates in Sundrop and agree to help defeat the blasphemies that plague their respective homelands. I believe we can do just that. So we'll speak with the soldier again. Pray forgive Shadowbringers her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, I apologize for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mahane? We can just take the Aetheryte. Yeah, I know where we're going. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Razat Han in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honor Awan's legacy and serve Master Vitra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Thank you very much, sir. So yeah, since each of the separate versions has their own quest, you have to go to a different location for it. In the case of a Dragoon or any other melee DPS, we have to speak with the guy from Limsa if we want to go where we need to go. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why can't the Dragoon go and hook up with the guy from Ishgard? Well, seems like the Ishgard guy, yeah, he's over here, but he's got to get help from somewhere else. So, yeah, be that as it may, we'll come back and hook up with the Leminson delegate here, because now that we're at level 88, we will have plenty of opportunities to come back here and help him out. So, let's be on our way. We have a feast to go and attend. Over to the Mahane. Oh, and there are now side quests over here too in Razat Han. Wow, we will not be lacking for quests around here now, will we? Hey there, Mahil.
Welcome. When the Sarchop asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kozol from your friend Graha. I understand that there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant just no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Merheed's treats. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with?
A piping hot mug of chai, a glass of your final local spirits, or just water? No, we want to dig into that chai too.
As you wish. Pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink.
As we all chill out over here.
Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell?
More content.
Our allies have sent military delegates? That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
I believe I can. And so, later that night... Oh, come and join us at the table.
Blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
So what do? As our chai comes in.
Here's your order, friend.
It's quite a substantial cup there. Yeah, shall we enjoy?
May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something? Anything we've overlooked?
We're bound to find something.
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
Sadly. Hey there, Bubba. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. What do we do? As we think about how wonderful that flower was. Yeah, we called it Elpis. Yeah, let me tell you about what the Watcher told me.
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
And you were in there for some time.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
We could have asked Faye and Daniel, but I doubt he would have given us an answer. What are you thinking?
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
Yeah, what's on your mind there, Graha?
Elidibus.
Wait, what?
I sealed him in the White Horus site at the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul.
But...
However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there.
But will he even entertain talking to us?
I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
You want me to do what? Yeah, it's worth a try. It will be an opportunity to look in on the others as well, or if there's truly no other way.
I understand your trepidation, but there is merit in making the journey regardless. You could see with your own eyes whether the first, too, faces its final days.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least.
Well, at least not right now.
Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
Yeah, it seems like
so
we got...
ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
You again, Emmett?
Yes. So much left for you to see.
Yeah, still another second half of the game left.
Where beginning ends, and end begins.
And there's still a whole second half of the game left to look at. Alright, Thancred. We'll complete this quest with you. Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? Yeah, they are. In fact, I picked up some good upgrades in the previous dungeon. In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reen. Tell her how I miss her. Of course. So we'll take our 481,800 experience points and 1,261 gil. And achieve the achievement, Oh Higher. Now, obviously this is going to be an 86. It is. Alright, we will leave the 86 until next time because not only are there now a whole bunch of side quests available here in Razad Han, but there's also on top of that the brand new melee DPS job quests available from the Limsalaments representative, as well as all the brand new side quests that appeared in Palaka's stand. So, yeah, I think without further ado, we should start checking these off the list. So, shall we head on back to Palaka's stand and start doing something about this?